like you. Yeah. What you make of it? True life of all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, at this time I will call the current monthly Madison County Planning and Zoning Commission public hearing to order. I'd like to welcome everyone here that's in attendance tonight. My name is Fernando Scott. I am the chair of the Planning and Zoning Commission. As usual, I'd like to start, if you would please stand and join me in a word of prayer, and we'll get started. So, God, our Father, once again that we're come in our presence, bowed in our presence, thanking Thee for life, thanking Thee for health, thanking Thee for strength, thanking Thee for allowing all of us to have travel mercy and be able to come to this appointed place. Our Father, we ask that You come tonight and to get into our hearts and get into our minds that we may try to do the county's business. Our Father, we pray for this, not only this group, but this entire world. And our Father, we'll be so careful to give You all the honor, the glory, and the praise. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen. At this time, I will ask all of the members of the commission to introduce themselves and tell you who they represent. Starting to my far left.
I'm Stephanie Harvin, and I represent District 3.
Good evening, Bruce Gandy, District 5.
Cynthia Fortson, I'm elected by the Planning and Zoning Committee.
John Bradley, Vice Chair in District 1. Lee Mitchell, District 2.
And we
Melissa Payne, Zoning Clerk. Tracy Patrick, Zoning Administrator.
All right. Thank you very much for that. I am required to read a few statements so that you will know how we're going to proceed tonight. As the first order of business this evening, I'm required to read a few statements regarding the zoning process. Should you have any questions after I have finished, please raise your hand and I will try to answer them. Zoning directly affects private property rights. These include the rights of the property owner to the enjoyment and the use of their property, and the right of adjacent property owners and the general public not to be unreasonably harmed by specific land use. Tonight is the first of two public hearings that will be held. A second public hearing before the Madison County Board of Commissioners will be held at 6 p.m. and I believe that's November the 4th. Is that correct? Yes. November the 4th. Attendance by the applicants or their representative is not required at that public hearing, but your attendance is encouraged in case something comes up that I may not be able to answer. Order of business. As an order of business tonight, first I will introduce the applicant, and then the zoning administrator will give her comments. Then the applicant and their authorized agent will come forward, state their name and address, and sign in, and then state the reasons for their request. You may provide any other information or documentation supporting the application. Next, the planning and zoning members will have the opportunity to ask the applicant questions to clarify their understanding of the issue relating to the application. Afterwards, I will open the floor for public comment in support of or in opposition to. The Madison County Planning and Zoning Commission is a recommending body only, consisting of concerned citizens who are appointed to 4-year terms by the county commissioners. We are a fact-finding body that visits the properties under consideration, review the information associated with the application, consider public comment raised during the public hearing. All right, does any member present need to recuse themselves on any request before us tonight? Hearing none, let the record indicate that no members indicated a conflict or interest. I do believe tonight we will start with old business. This is Ella Shapiro, applicant for John and Marcelina O'Toole. Mr. Patrick?
Yes, sir. They are requesting to rezone their 10 acres from A1 to A2 to allow 2 homes to be placed on the property for family members. The property is located at 0 Tabor Chapel Road in Danielsville on map 36, parcel 80C in District 2. This item was postponed from the Planning and Zoning Commission's public hearing meeting that was held on September the 17th. The reasoning for that is it's determined when you have an accessory dwelling unit that the property owner's home must be on the property first. And they were at that time not planning to do so in that order because the property is vacant now. But I have spoken with Mr. O'Toole, and he has indicated that he would be placing his home on the property first. So it is now up for consideration.
All right. Is anyone here representing this? Please come forward. I think you were here last month, and it was explained to you what had to be done in order for this board to make a decision as to whether to rezone the property or not. You want to tell us what has changed?
Well, this time, my brother-in-law, he decided to build his house first. So then after he finished the house, we will move our house, the second house.
Okay. Does any board members have any questions for this applicant? Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Is there anyone here that would like to speak in favor of this particular rezone request? Anyone here want to speak for this particular rezone request? Is there anyone here that wants to speak in opposition to this particular rezone request? Anyone want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the board for any further discussion, and we will entertain a motion. Any further discussion?
So we just need to take action on the rezone, no consideration for ADU.
Well, I would suggest, just asking, I would suggest that a condition be put in the motion that the owner has to build first.
So.
That's just what I would say, that yes, we're to consider the rezone, but I would say that we need to put a condition in there stating what we said before was the reason it's so popular.
Does that mean build and occupy, or he can just build his house first?
He has to build an home.
So that's what they know. Yes.
That answer your question? All right, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve this rezone with the condition that the property owner, build and occupy, the dwelling unit
The motion, second, that this rezone request be approved with condition that the owner must build and occupy before the accessory dwelling can be built. Any further questions or comments?
Yes.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 All right. This motion has been approved. We will recommend to the county commissioners that they approve this rezone request with the condition. Again, you don't have to be present, but I recommend that you do. All right. Going to new business now. Number one, Eddie Freeman, applicant for Faye Carter.
Okay, Eddie Freeman, applicant for Faye Carter, is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of the 32.91 acre property from A1 to AR to split and sell, and the remaining 28.91 acres will stay in the A1 zone. Property is located at 173 Jack Sharp Road in Calvert on map 46, parcel 162. And Mr. Freeman is looking to purchase 4 acres from Mrs. Carter, where his current home is at.
Okay. Mr. Freeman, are you present?
Yes, sir.
Please come forward and just tell us what you'd like us to know.
Yes, sir. Me and my wife have been living there for about 20 years now. And we finally got Ms. Carter to sell the land to us finally. And we hope that y'all will pass the rezone for the 4 acres.
All right. Are there any questions for Mr. Freeman?
I'm sure you know this already, but I'll ask anyway. You are aware of the business
Across the street. Yes, sir. Kind of right on the boundary of that. There's a home in front of us, and then that's kind of to the left. So, but yeah. Thank you.
Any further questions or comments from Mr. Freeman? Thanks, sir.
Here's the vote, meeting.
Yeah. Thank y'all.
Okay, all right. Okay. We will open the public hearing. Is there anyone here that wants to speak for this particular rezone request? Anyone here wants to speak in favor? Please come forward.
Could you show us on a map? I think there's 4 of us residents here that I know of. There's properties borders that. We want to see exactly where on the map they would be rezoning those 4 acres. We also built in a development thinking there was going to be woods behind our house. That's what the realtor told us.
Would you please come forward, ma'am? Please state your name and
My name is Roseanne Hauser, and I live at 401 Rolling Woods Lane in Hull.
Okay, now, please, tell us what.
Okay, so we were wondering, is there a map that you could show us exactly where those 4 acres are, like if they butt up against our property?
If you'll look to the screen here, this is the 32 acre tract, and Mr. Freeman's property is about right there.
Okay, so,
He's just cutting out those 4 acres.
so all of us live at the end of Rolling Woods Lane that are here.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to make sure that, you know, somebody wasn't gonna be building right on top of our property.
Yeah, he's gonna be at the road, there on Honeysuckle.
Okay, so that's
I
nowhere.
know that she saw the plan.
And we, and this is his proposed split out of that. The site plan is gonna be, but that's just, actually Jack's Heart.
Okay, so it isn't gonna interfere with our properties?
No, no, ma'am.
Okay, that's the only question I have.
Yeah, it doesn't touch any of
Okay,
that.
I was actually,
Touch any of
asking, anyone want to speak in favor of, but that's okay, we got that out of the way. Does anyone here wants to speak in opposition to? Anyone want to speak in opposition? Not, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for any further discussion, and I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I move that we, vote to approve.
We have a motion to approve as presented.
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? If not, Ms. Gandy?
Yes.
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 All right, it is approved. We will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they approve this particular rezone request. Again, we are a recommending board only, so I do suggest that you come and, be in the second public hearing, which will be held on November the 4th. All right.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Number 2, Jennifer Blake.
Okay, she is requesting a dual rezone for her 7.45 acres from A2 to R1 and AR. She's requesting to rezone a 1.5 acre portion from A2 to R1 to split, and is requesting to rezone the remaining 5.95 acres from A2 to AR to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. The property is located at 2352 Crabapple Highway Road in Hull on map 17, parcel 142 in District 1.
Ms. Blake, want to come forward and let us to know, please.
Basically just trying to be proactive, in case my mother lives with me right now, and if, when she's not there, if I can't afford to keep the place, that I could put a smaller home / or a mobile on the 1.5 acres and sell the main house.
Any questions for Ms. Blake?
So this is just future planning, not.
This is just trying to cover my bases so I don't end up on North Avenue.
Okay.
Is there a reason why you've chosen 1.5 acres?
Because I was told that was the minimum. I mean, max.
Yeah, just
Minimum. And the way that property lays, yeah, we've got just kind of a tentative, just a triangle, because there is a little bit of frontage on Nowhere Road, but the most of it on, so I was just gonna have the surveyor just do a straight line, whatever equals 1.5 acres. And that leaves plenty of grass and pasture for whatever somebody wants to put there, you know, on the main house. Leave the 2 sheds intact and the little hay loft.
Any further questions at this point? All right, ma'am, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll open the public hearing. Is Is there anyone here that wants to speak in favor of this particular rezone request? Anyone in favor? Is anyone in opposition? Want to speak in opposition? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for further discussion, and I'll entertain a motion.
Chairman, make a motion to approve.
All right,
Second.
a motion to approve and a second. Is there any further discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I'll just make it known as I have before, this is, in an area of our comprehensive plan that's, the 1.5 acre or high density residential is not in line with our comprehensive plan. I see what it is that the applicant's trying to do, but it's not in line with our comprehensive plan, so. Just
Anyone else? I have a little bit of a problem with it because I don't see any R1s around it. Now, I do see some small acreage A1s around it. I mean, yeah, A1s, which is legally non-conforming, I guess you could say. So that's my only concern.
The yellows are ARs.
Yeah, the reds are R1.
Right.
There's one right there.
Right there with the rest of them.
There's one on the other side of the road.
But I want to ask, I know she's watched 1.5 acres, and the way the shape of the, land, what if she has to go to be able to fit a house on it? What if she has to go before, beyond that? She might have to take up 2 acres. Does that make that one non-conforming?
If that were the case, I believe she would have enough, the bottom line, the other side would have to have 4+ acres, or at least 4 acres.
Oh,
So it shouldn't be that big of a deal if that's needed.
Can I ask a question? So if 2 acres was needed, shouldn't I go ahead and do that now? Like before, if it were approved, because I'm gonna have to have it surveyed. So when would I know if I needed to, rather than 1.5, make it 2?
She was just saying if you needed to put a house there, you might not have enough land with acres. But in an R1 zone, you have to have a minimum of 1.5 acres, and that's what, because she wanted to only sell the smallest amount that you could, to rezone that, and you could retain it and then sell the other tract. So that's what we went with.
Well, I think, I don't think you want to sell the least amount, if that's what you're saying. But I don't think you want to sell to anybody that is planning on putting a house there, that 1.5 would not be sufficient to put a house on.
No, the 1.5 would be me, period. The house and what's left would be what I would be selling.
Okay, all right.
So it would not be that I'm gonna sell 1.5 acres to someone and let them do it. It would be me.
Well, even you, if you decided to build on that 1.5, if you would not be able to get the setbacks and all that, you may want to increase to 2. I'm not saying that you need to, but you may want to increase to 2 to make sure that a house can fit in that 1.5 acres. I think that's what Cynthia said, because of the way it's shaped.
You won't need to know that, your surveyor won't need to know that from this vote. If you end up wanting to do 2 acres, you just tell him to cut 2 acres.
Okay. So then I could tell him, show me a proposed 1.5, show me a proposed 2. Because it's all mine right now.
Right.
Because, I mean, I know where it would go. If it would be me, I know where it would go, and there is a clear spot big enough for it.
Okay. Any further questions or comments? All right. I think we have a motion and a second. I believe it's on you, Cynthia. The vote.
Okay.
I think we have a motion and a second already.
Okay, yeah. Mama, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
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 Yes. All right, it has been approved. Again, we're recommending board, so on November 4th, the second public hearing will be held. So I do suggest that you be present. All right, number 3, Kenneth White, applicant for James Patrick.
Is requesting to rezone his 5.01 acres from A1 to R1 to split the property into 2 equal tracts consisting of approximately 2.5 acres each. Property is located at 0 Homestead Road in Danielsville on map 10, parcel 36A in District 1.
Okay. We'll open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request. Oh, I'm sorry. I need the applicant to come up. I'm getting ahead of myself. The applicant here?
What's his name?
It's either Kenneth White or James.
Yes, Kenneth White or James Patrick.
James Patrick. Mr. Patrick, Mr. White.
I'm sorry, a 2-year-old, I had to give it to my wife.
Oh, that's okay.
Go ahead, sit down.
Okay. Yes, sir. Come on up and, tell us what you wanting to do, sir.
It's really easy. Mr. Patrick owns the property. I can't remember the exact address. He's got a bunch of properties everywhere. It's 5.01 acres, I believe. He just wants to split it directly in half. I think in the future, he may want to put another mobile home there. But right now, he wants to have it in 2 parcels instead of 1.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Patrick? The mobile home that's there, is it occupied?
No, sir. No, sir. He hasn't had the property that long. He's just, it could be something in the future that he puts another one there as well. But it's just much easier to have it split up into 2.5 acres instead of 1 5 acre, so that he's not losing anything on either one.
All right. Okay.
Does the property owner have any plans to occupy or live on the property, or is this strictly a business venture to?
I believe it's business venture. He's owning and financing them. So I don't know how you would want to categorize that.
And what's your relationship to the?
He's actually my wife's home.
You said owner finance, he's gonna put property on here and rent it?
Not as much. It depends how you look at it, I guess. Instead of renting like we all have rented a house in our life, this one would be where they would give them a down payment, and they would be responsible for the property. It would be signed out on a contract for them.
Come rent your own tax price.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This way, because not a lot of people have several hundred credit scores. I mean, you see $1 million houses going up everywhere. Most people, myself included, where credit score is not that phenomenal, or rent to own is much better. We don't have to go through banks. It's a lot more convenient for everyday working people.
So you're saying he's gonna build or he's gonna put mobile home?
It'll probably be a mobile home.
Both of them?
No, there's one located on the property now.
Yeah, I mean, when he split, it's gonna be one, he's gonna put the mobile home that's already there, and then he's gonna put another one?
I think he was gonna build a house on the vacant tract, that's what he had told me.
That could be it. I haven't had much time to talk to him. I've been running ragged between Elberton and here, and it's a lot of meetings at once.
Yeah, so he's gonna put a new home.
The current property, I believe, has a new home about here. And I believe he'll want to put one over on the corner wise of that one.
Okay.
If that makes any better to try to explain it. I've been to the current property. it's not in disarray, it just needed to be cleaned up and all the debris and tree stuff moved out of it.
But I don't think the mobile home is there. It's right beside the church.
On the other side of the pine trees, yes, sir.
Right, I don't think that mobile home is livable, is it?
Again, I haven't been back there to be able to give you an answer on that, other than cleaning out the debris on the outside.
It doesn't look like it's occupied or at this point can be occupied, but that doesn't mean he's not going to remodel it or something.
Okay.
All right, so any further questions? Thanks, sir. All right, we will, open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request? If anyone wants to speak in opposition to this particular rezone request? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing, bring it back to the board for any comments or any questions or any discussion, and then we'll entertain a motion. I'll start by saying I don't see any, on that particular road, any R1s.
The red areas there.
Yeah, that's on the, well, I guess it's on the very end. But most of those looks like to me on Flash Creek Road. That's the way I look at it, that they're facing Flash Creek Road, and there is generally, and you folks know kind of how I look at these things. Generally, I look at it if they're trying to cut off for family or things like that, then I'm kind of in favor of it. But this particular one, if they want to cut off 1.5 acres, which goes in, at least away from my comprehensive plan, I do have a problem with this. So that's my comment.
I agree. I was going to say the same thing. I know that we've made some provisions for people that are going to live on the property. Understand that. In this case, it is a business venture, and to just disregard the comp plan for the sake of business venture, I don't think that's appropriate. It is surrounded by A1. I mean, totally surrounded by A1.
Any other comments, questions? Any other comments? If not, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion we deny this request.
We have a motion? We have a second.
I'll second.
A motion and a second that this particular rezone request be denied. Any further comments?
Well, I don't know, I don't see it as, I do see some R1, and I don't know, I'm not seeing a difference between the one before and this one, because there are R1s around it, so I don't know.
The difference is the property owners living on the property on the one before. This is a business venture.
Right, I understand that,
Okay.
what he wants to do, but I don't know.
Have a right to your opinion.
Yep.
All right, any further comments? All right. Kenneth?
Yes.
No.
Yes to deny.
I mean, I guess to deny.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, well, yours a yes to deny. So we have a 4-3. 4-2. 3. Well, 3-3.
All right. Okay, it was said that we were gonna deny it. You, the board, said yes.
Yes, to deny.
Okay.
Kenneth, did you say yes to deny?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's 4-3.
And I said no to not, I need to.
Bruce, was you a yes or no?
Yes, 2-9.
Okay.
5-2.
Okay.
5-2. Okay, sir. This board will recommend to the Board of Commissioners that they deny this particular rezone request. Again, we are a recommending board only. So therefore, I suggest that you show up at the second public hearing and present your case to the Board of Commissioners, and they will have a final say. Okay. Moving on. Julie Hart.
She is requesting a dual rezone for her 8.53 acres from A1 to R1 and 8R. She's requested to rezone a 1.5 acre portion from A1 to R1 to split and sell, and is requesting to rezone the remaining 7.03 acres from A1 to 8R to retain and to bring the property into compliance with zoning regulations. Property is located at 2587 Means Grove Church Road in Calvert on map 42, parcel 13-02 in District 3.
All right, Ms. Hart, please come forward and tell us what you want us to know.
So I built this house about 5 years ago, on family land, and now I'm moving out of state. So I'd like to only sell what the house is sitting on and keep the rest of the estate. That's the reason I'm asking for a refund.
All right, we have a question for Ms. Hart.
What would be your intentions with the remaining land?
I'll keep it currently, Mr. Williams farms it. He can continue farming it.
Any further questions? All right, thank you very much. All right, we'll open the public hearing. If anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request. Hearing none, if anyone wants to speak in opposition to this rezone request. If not, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back to the board for further discussion, and we will entertain a motion.
Now, this one, I do not see any opposition. And she wants to go from to a R. So this one, I don't see anything near with the company.
So I would guess that from my point of view, why R1? Why not AR? Yes.
Just so I can keep as much of the property as possible. If we do AR, I'd have to sell 4 acres.
Okay. Answer my question. Any further comments or questions?
So to me, I know we have questioned others in the past because there's R1s here and there, but to me, this is truly spot on. There's not a R1 in the site.
Yeah, I think this is the only time that we've actually used that terminology when Tracy presented it to us. That's the only time I've heard that actually utilized, when it's been presented to us as well.
Well, I have the same problem, because there is no, this is truly A1 zone area.
Does your family own any more property other than yours around you?
Yes, sir. The land across. This is my brother, that's my brother, my aunt, well, my uncle, my aunt passed away a couple years ago. This, my cousin owns this, that was all my grandmother's property, and when she passed about 15 years ago, it was parceled up between the children, and my mother parceled her parcel between my brother and I. So, which was this and this little square right here. And at the time, that was labeled as a, house plot. But that was before the zoning that we have now.
So your house right now sitting in that square up there right in the corner?
Right on the corner, yes, it's it right there, right across from another. And there are some other little house plots, but of course, yeah, they have big fields behind them, so they're probably not zoned, just that little square.
Okay. Any further questions or discussion?
Well, I agree pretty much. Unfortunately, we have a great county comprehensive plan that delineates the importance of maintaining agricultural land in keeping with the rural character of the county. This one does really look like a spot zoning.
Any further comments? All right, I will entertain a motion.
I make a motion to deny this request.
We have a motion, Stephanie, second by Cynthia, to deny. Any further comments or questions? All right, that's on me.
Let me just ask one. I know that we just talked about cutting it in half and maybe selling 4 acres and rezoning it to AR. Should she choose to do that, would that just be a matter of reapplying?
Well, the property can't be for a whole year after a request has been denied. You have to wait a whole year.
And that's not something that she can do here and now? I mean, it's either an R1 or nothing.
Like, because it's been advertised that way.
Okay, now, if she determines that this is not what she actually wants, can she withdraw at this point?
She could, and then she wouldn't have to wait a year.
That's what I'm saying, that's kind of what Lee was asking, yeah.
If you were
She did.
4 and 4.
Can I speak? So, I'd rather not do the 4 and 4, obviously.
Right.
If that's the reason but that's better than the alternative. Well, there's probably 2 alternatives. One is I have to sell the whole thing, which I don't want to do. The other alternative would be to rent, which I'm not crazy about either. So, if what I'm hearing is that this is going to be denied, and probably the Board of Commissioners is also going to deny it, then it probably is my best option to withdraw.
Did I hear you say to sell all? I mean, you can sell 4.
Only if we
If it's rezoned.
do AR. Yes, if we do AR, then correct. Yes, I would do the 4.
Your call.
Yes. And there's no promise that the person that buys. So probably what I would do is the whole, I don't know, probably all the way down this way. I'm not sure exactly. And then I don't know what they would do with that area behind it, so it's up to them, I guess.
Let's be clear, we don't know what the Board of Commissioners are going to vote on, but we're just trying to give you options.
I appreciate
to
it.
think about before you get to that
I
point.
do. It was a tough decision. Honestly, the realtor recommended I do AR, but, my mother wanted me to keep as much as I could, so,
And I think anybody would probably want that, but, you know, we have guidelines and comprehensive plans and stuff we have to look at.
understood.
We're just trying to give you an option of not having to wait, because I think it's obvious that we're going to deny.
Okay.
We can't say what the commissioners are going to do, but I would hate for you to have to wait a whole year.
Whole year.
But she can wait and withdraw before the Board of Commissioners, right?
Mhm.
Like, you don't,
Yes.
it doesn't have to be.
I don't have to decide
tonight.
right now.
No.
Okay, that's good. Okay,
So could so we could,
Or
we could approve or deny
can still make
tonight,
our
go to the Board of
recommendation,
Commissioners,
and you can
and
withdraw
they
before then.
could withdraw, or she could withdraw.
You would just need to let me know before November 4th.
Okay.
It would be crucial, probably 2 or 3 days before that.
okay. And then, if I wanted to reapply for the AR, I could do it for this next cycle. I wouldn't have to wait a whole year.
Right, the next available
The
cycle, yes, and we're looking into our December, January here.
Okay, that's not so bad. Okay. Okay, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to, to think about this.
Yeah, you don't have to make it.
All right, thank you very much. I think we have a motion before the board now a motion and a second to deny. I think it's on me. Yes to deny. Yes.
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 Yes. All right, so I don't have to tell you that you need to come before the Board of Commissioners on, November 4th. Okay?
Or withdraw before then.
Or withdraw.
All withdraw.
Right. Thank you so much.
Right. Okay? All right, Doug Stutchell?
Okay, he is requesting to rezone a 4-acre portion of his 14.34 acres from A2 to AR to split to gift his daughter for a home site, and for the remaining acreage that will stay in the A2 zone. Property is located at 1144 Shoal Creek Road in Colbert on map 59, parcel 110 in District 5.
All right, Mr. Stutchell?
How y'all doing?
Great, how are you?
So I'm doing good. Some of y'all might remember me, about a year and a half ago, I done this for my son, built his house. We got him moved in, I think in May or June. And my daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter were wanting to put them behind our house. So the only difference from then to now is with him, it was 2 acres, and now the minimum's 4, so. But I got plenty of room. And I think there was a little bit of a hiccup along the way with the verbiage of the ordinance on the driveway, but that's all been redone, and the way it reads now, she can still share our driveway, so.
All right, sir. Any questions? Thanks, sir.
All right.
All right, we will open the public hearing if anyone wants to speak in favor of this rezone request. Hearing none, if anyone wants to speak in opposition. Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing and bring it back and for any discussion, and I'll entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the request as presented.
I'll second that. A motion and a second that the rezone request be approved as presented. Any further discussions, comments? Lee?
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes. All right, Mr. Stutchell.
Thank y'all.
Michael Kelly.
Actually, it's Mitchell Kelly.
Mitchell Kelly, I'm sorry.
Applicant for his parents, George and Margaret Kelly. is requesting to rezone their 10.79 acres from A2 to AR to allow a 4-acre split to get their son for a home site. Property is located at 1960 Rock Quarry Road in Danielsville on map 52, parcel 84 in District 2.
All right, Mr. Kelly,
Yes, sir.
tell us what you want us to know.
Just moved back to Madison County within the last year, and, my dad owns this tract here, and we want to cut 4 acres off on the, far side for me to have a home site up on the hardwood hill on the other side of the creek.
All right, do we have any questions for Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir. On the 6.79 portion,
Yes.
there's an existing home on that portion,
Yes,
and the access to that home is near the lower property line. Where's the driveway to get to that house as opposed to the driveway that you will be accessing?
we'll share a drive down, so far, and then my drive will kick off and go to the other side of the creek.
So the existing driveway for the house that's there,
Yes, sir.
it comes off of,
It's about right here where this line is.
okay,
It comes down this way and gets right against the line over here that goes up and around the back side of the house.
so your home will be on the left side, that's kind of a weird shape.
It is, so this is the creek, that's what that boundary line is there.
Uh-huh.
And then this line is a straight shot up the hardwood hill, and then it comes back down to the creek. So the home site I'm wanting is up here, and then this property line here just follows the creek up to the road. So that's the reason why it's kind of that odd, why it came out to be that odd shape.
And since your home's gonna be on the back side, I'm assuming, how much space is there, say, between the creek and the property line that's dividing the property in half? It looks like it's almost nothing.
It's close, it's real close, but the drive will actually come across like right here and then come over and pick the drive up to go out.
Mm-hmm.
Long term would be, I hope to buy this one day, in all honesty. If this ever goes up, I hope to buy that tract and take ownership of it and then have the whole side of the creek.
There's no problem with setbacks or anything of that sort, right?
Yes, well, we discussed, your home would have to be 20 feet from the rear setback, 15 feet from the side. And he said that he thinks that would work,
So there's no problem with that.
shouldn't be.
That's including any kind of buffer for the creek that's there and all that?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where's your parents' house at right now?
It is roughly here.
Oh, okay, it's way down.
Mhm.
Any further questions for Mr. Kelly? Clarification? Thanks, sir.
Thank y'all.
All right, we will open the public hearing. If anyone wants to hear, is there anyone here that wants to speak for this rezone request? Anyone here want to speak in favor? Hearing none, is there anyone wants here that wants to speak in opposition? Hearing none, we'll close the public hearing. I'll bring it back for any further discussion, and I will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion to approve?
Second.
Have a second? Any further comments, questions? All right, I believe Mr. Smith, I believe it's on you.
Yes.
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 All right, sir. This, we will recommend to the Board of Commissioners for approval. Again, as I've told all the rest, recommend that you be here on the 4th to present your case to the Board of Commissioners. Ms. Patrick, is there anything else that needs to come before us tonight?
No, sir, not at this time.
If not,
Adjourn.
it's hard.
Who's second it?
Thank y'all for your time.
All right, well,
Thank y'all.
all in favor, aye? You're adjourned.
While y'all are all here, I'm a reporter with Grady News Service, it's the news, like broadcast news station out of UGA. Do any of you have time for a quick interview with me? One word. Canola sour would be great. I spoke to her at the grocery store the other day. You were a big help.